So Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets are in a very interesting point, right? Kyrie Irving is supposed to return to the Brooklyn Nets this upcoming Sunday, and hopefully things will be right in the world. Now, I still don't believe the Brooklyn Nets want Kyrie. I don't think Kyrie wants to go to Brooklyn. But as soon as the Players Association stepped in, that changed everything. Because now the Brooklyn Nets, they have to play him. They have no choice. They have to. Because they got to show face. They don't want to get sued. They don't want to get in trouble. And the big telling sign is that the Brooklyn Nets never released a statement, right? Kyrie never released a statement. It was the director of the Players Association that said basically, hey, Kyrie's playing. And so that basically forced the Nets' hand to play Kyrie. Now, I do think Kyrie plays at least a handful of games. I think he plays at least 5 or so games. But I still wouldn't be shocked if Kyrie is on a different team, preferably the Lakers, right? But ideally, I wouldn't be shocked if he's on a different team by like the trade deadline, the latest. I don't see Brooklyn wanting to ride out with him the rest of the season. Maybe they do. But I think in reality, if they can, they're going to get rid of him. But one of the kind of questions that I have is it makes the most sense for Brooklyn to waive Kyrie Irving, right? I mean, every big analyst, every person that is a basketball person have all said Brooklyn needs to just waive Kyrie. Just get done with Kyrie. If he goes to Lakers, he goes to Lakers. It sucks. But you need to get off your Kyrie situation, right? Because it's just a mess. And something else is going to happen, right? And it's just going to be all over this again. And if something else does happen, the Brooklyn Nets deserve all of it, right? If something ends up, blowing up in the Nets' face, I don't want to hear nothing from the Brooklyn Nets. They deserve all of it because you had your opportunity. You had your chance. You should have done a fresh, clean start. Trade Kevin Durant, get your assets, get what you need out of it. You could have traded Kyrie Irving, gotten whatever you wanted from the Lakers. Lakers would have given you all their second-round picks, their 2 first-round picks. They would have given you whatever you asked. They would have given it to you for Kyrie. You blew it. You blew your opportunity. And now you're in a tough position. Kevin Durant's only going to want to be there for so long. Kevin Durant's already throwing his teammates under the bus and already talking back. And they keep winning without Kyrie, right? So if Kyrie comes in and they start losing again, right? Like that's going to be a big tell sign. So what? You're just going to waste away the season because you want to, keep Kyrie? What if the reason that they don't want to waive him is because they don't want the embarrassment of the Lakers having success, right? Because if Kyrie gets waived, he's going to the Lakers. It's where he's going to go. It's where he wanted to go. It's where it makes the most sense. The Lakers would welcome him. He would welcome the Lakers, right? And then boom, all is right in the world. But here's the problem. If Kyrie goes to the Lakers and the Lakers work and the Lakers win a championship, and I'm not saying that they would, but I'm just entertain me for a second. But if the Lakers win the championship, imagine how that looks for Brooklyn. Imagine how that looks for Kevin Durant. Imagine how that looks for the organization. You are so dysfunctional. You are so just built in chaos. We have never seen anything like this from an organization. Everything they do is just drama, over the top, just nonsense and silliness. Like, I don't know what's going on. At some point, the NBA's got to step in and just say, you guys got to stop. Because it's just a circus at this point. Every single day, it's something new with the Brooklyn Nets. And not in a positive light, not in a basketball sense. Yet Brooklyn continuously says they want to get back to basketball. They want to get back to just having the conversation be about basketball. But every decision you make shows otherwise. Every decision. Everything Joe Tsai, the owner, says is total nonsense. Because he does the opposite. And the problem is you have that dysfunction. You have this team that never worked out. Kyrie and KD were only able to get one playoff series win the entire tenure there. If he gets waived and bought out and goes to the Lakers, and the Lakers win the championship, that makes Brooklyn look terrible. Terrible. Now, look, Kyrie's probably going to the Lakers at some point, one way or another. He might be going probably next year if they don't waive him. And look, maybe that year they win the championship. And it still would look bad on the Brooklyn Nets. But not as bad as it would this year, right? With all the drama, all the controversy, all the chaos, just everything involved. If this season ended with the Lakers winning the championship with Kyrie Irving, Brooklyn, it would be the entire offseason would just be a headline about Brooklyn being, the worst franchise in the league. they had Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and they weren't able to win. Kevin Durant this, Kevin Durant that. Like, Kyrie wasn't the problem. It was the organization. Like, the conversation and the narrative just completely flips if that happens. Like, and that is a big thing, right? And so I wonder, I don't know this for certain. It's just kind of a thought that I have. But I wonder if part of the reason they haven't waived him, because it makes the most sense, right? It makes all the sense in the world just to be done. Move on. You're winning without him. You're winning more games. You have a better win percentage without him than you do with him. So, like, why would you want to bring him back, right? And then just all the controversy and drama, just whether it's warranted or not, it still is. It's still controversy and drama. And, like, so why wouldn't you? The only thing I can think of is they want to keep him from the Lakers. They want it because they know he's going to Lakers, right? And they know that they had an opportunity to trade for him. So if they just waive him and he goes to the Lakers, that looks bad in and of itself. Because it's like you basically just gave Kyrie to the Lakers for free when you could have gotten 2 firsts and whatever else, right? Granted, same thing's going to happen next season, but it's a bad look. But on top of that, if they win, that house of cards is crumbling, right? I mean, Joe Tsai is going to look like a goofball. Sean Marks is going to look like a goofball. Like, everybody in that organization is going to look like a goofball if Kyrie comes and is able to win, which isn't far-fetched. You have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Kyrie Irving. It's not far-fetched to think that they could win a championship, right? So, and if they did, like, that just makes Brooklyn look terrible, right? I mean, the whole Durant-LeBron situation, that's the whole thing. Like, not that Kevin Durant has a ton of say in the whole situation, but still, it makes everybody in Brooklyn look awful. And I feel like that might be part of the reason why. I still think ultimately they're going to have to. I just think they're sooner or later going to get their hand forced, right? And they're going to have to figure something out, especially if they don't start winning. Like, if Kyrie comes back and they lose like 3 out of 4 games or 4 out of 5 games or something crazy like that, and they're just not looking good, like, are you just going to keep Kyrie just to keep Kyrie? Like, this whole situation was their way out, right? Like, Kyrie did, posted what he posted, and they saw that as an opportunity to paint Kyrie as the bad guy and then give him this list of 6 criterias, and they knew he wasn't going to complete all 6 things, and that was their way to suspend him indefinitely and basically keep him from the team. That was their get out of jail free card, which they couldn't do. And the Players Association stepped in and said, no, that's not how this works. Cut that out. You're going to go get the job done. Like, let's go. Let's go get this done. Like, bring Kyrie back. This is not okay. You've seen guys like Jaylen Brown talk about it, like how this is a real concern. He's the vice president of the Players Association, right? Like, this is a big deal. And so the Players Association stepped in and said, okay, like, we're going to put an end to this. And it forced Kyrie to have to play. And now they're going to have to play Kyrie. But it's like, if everything is a mess, like, what do you do with Kyrie? Because you can't send him home. Are you just going to send him home and pay him? Why? Anything that happens with him sitting on the couch is you're still responsible. All of Kyrie's, antics, all of his controversies, again, whether it's warranted or not, are all off the court issues. It's not basketball related stuff. It's all other stuff. So why isn't something else going to happen? Especially with the media. The media wants to go after Kyrie any opportunity they have. Anything Kyrie does, they're just going to blow that up. It doesn't make sense for them to keep Kyrie Irving unless they decide to, keep him from the Lakers. At least this is kind of how I see it. That's what I think. And again, it's just an interesting thought. I don't know this for certain. Maybe, maybe next week they waive Kyrie, or whatever. You never know. I mean, anything could happen. Maybe they end up keeping him. Maybe Kyrie comes back and he's great for them, right? And maybe they go on a nice little run, start winning games. They look good. Winning solves everything. Maybe everything kind of turns itself around and the Nets are back into a good position. Maybe that happens. I don't think it is. And I said the same thing in the offseason, that this is going to go disastrously and that they're a bad day away from just imploding. And I don't think that they're going to, I think they're a play-in team. And so far they have been. And, I think that they are what they are. They're going to be very likely If they ride out the season, they're probably gonna either be a play-in team or squeeze into the playoffs. And if they squeeze into the playoffs, they're probably a first round exit because they're probably gonna end up having to play like Milwaukee or Boston or something like that. And they're just gonna run through the Nets. Nets are gonna be a first round exit again. Kevin Durant's gonna want to be traded in the offseason. Kyrie Irving's just gonna walk, and you're gonna lose him for nothing, and you're gonna have to figure out your Ben Simmons problem. Like it's just. I don't know how many times you have to, burn your hand on a stove before you realize it's hot and you need to like turn it off. Like, I don't know. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think that this could be a real possibility? Do you think it's not? Do you think Kyrie comes to the Lakers? Do you think he doesn't? However you feel, good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between, let me know down in the comment section below.